Okay, I'm going to pick up where I left off on in our chapter review problems. This was the first set of problems that we did. We had some absolute value inequalities that we had left off on in class. I want to start by just, I had my little note over here that if I'm dealing with a greater than situation in absolute value inequalities, I'm going to flip my sign and separate. But if I'm dealing with a less than, I have this note that says stick in the middle. Now what that means is, first of all, in order to be able to do that, let me remind myself that this is the big daddy of all equations, and then I'm going to take 4 away from both sides. So I actually have a simple absolute value inequality less than or equal to 3. So in the case of less than or equal to, what I'm going to do is remove my absolute value, stick this in the middle, and on this other opposite end, the left, the side, and less than, I'm going to reverse the sign on my answer here. It was positive 3 here. I bring it to negative 3. And then when I undo, I have to actually, in order to undo this minus 2, I have to add 2 to both ends. Negative 3 plus 2 is going to leave me with negative 1 is less than or equal to 3x, which is less than or equal to, and I'm left with 5 over here. So I took my 2 away. Now to finish this, I'm going to divide everything by 3. And in this case, the best thing to do is just let's leave fractions in there. Negative 1/3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 5/3. 5/3 is 1 1/3. I would be perfectly fine with you leaving your answer just like this. And I do believe that we were supposed to draw this on a number line as well. And I did 0, 1/3, 2/3, 1, 4/3, and 5/3. Closed circle. Oh shoot, I had to go to negative 1/3 right there. Closed circle on negative 1/3, and everything in between is shaded. Now in my next number 32 here, the first thing I'm going to do is divide everything by 4. In my main equation, I'm going to divide by 4, divide by 4. So I'm dealing with the absolute value of y minus 9 is greater than 36 divided by 4 is 9. Now, in this case, I have a greater than, so my 2 equations I'm going to solve are going to be y minus 9 is greater than 9. I'm just removing the absolute value. And then I'm going to do y minus 9 is less than negative 9. So I flipped the sign and did the opposite of what was on the right-hand side. In each case, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. And that's going to leave me with y is greater than 18. And over here, adding 9, y is less than 0. So I actually am in an OR situation. On my number line, I need a 0. I also need an 18. Y is greater than, open circle. Y is less than, open circle over here. So that would finish up number 32. 33, this was our review. It was page 50 that this one started on. So absolute value inequality, here's where I'm starting. The first thing I'm going to do is subtract 3 from both sides. So the absolute value of 7x is less than or equal to 18. So in a less than or equal to situation, I'm going to put that 7x in the middle, 18 over here on the left-hand side, negative 18. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. I had a question today about fractions. I can see now why we were wondering about these fractions. These are not very friendly fractions at all. Negative 18/7. I'm just going to leave it exactly that way. X is in between negative 18/7 and positive 18/7. 18/7 is about 2.6. So just to keep it simple here, I'm going to go negative 18/7, positive 18/7. It'd be symmetric around 0 because they're opposites. And closed circle, everything in between is shaded. Number 34, first thing that I need to do is get rid of this half. I can get rid of the half by multiplying both sides of this inequality by 2. So x plus 2 is greater than 12. Now, it's a greater than situation, so my equations are going to be x plus 2 is greater than 12. And I'm also going to be dealing with x plus 2 is less than negative 12. So remembering these rules, and I had said in class today that I had to go look them up last night because I didn't have a book. But in a greater than or situation, you separate your 2, drop it, and then you flip your sign on the second one. Drop your sign, write it the same, flip your sign, the answer's opposite. X is greater than 10. X is less than negative 14. So then on my number line, I have to have a positive 10, a negative 14, open circle, less than, open circle, greater than. Problem number 35. I feel like there was a 35. Where the heck am I at? It had to do with, oh boy, I don't have my textbook open. I feel as if it had to do with, I'm going to have to come back to this one. Sorry, I don't have my book open.